Young 21-year-old midfield player wearing number 10. He's about to join Inter Milan for a fee of £2.5 million. There's Verkouten's corner kick. Straight across, and Roy Aitken can escort that for the throw-in on the near side. So the Scots opening up in a rigid 4-4-2 formation. There's Guy Thys, the Belgian team manager, who's been 10 years in the job without ever failing to qualify for the European Championship finals. So there's Goff back at right back tonight for Scotland with the throw. Back it comes to Verwoerd, but the whistle is gone. There's a free kick to the referee tonight, Michel Vautrol from France. And the man on the ground is Erwin van den Berg, number 9. And the free kick being left there to Frankie Verkouten, earning his 59th cap tonight, the Anderlecht player. The free kick swerving in, and a good challenge there by Alec McLeish. As George Groen made the attack into the box in the air, it was McLeish who turned it behind. So a corner kick to Belgium. Groen stays up with the attack. So it's Jim Leighton on the line as Verkouten plays in the in-swinger. McCoist headed it clear. Verkouten again, there's McCoy still back in defence, and it's Schifo who sends the ball way over the top. And a goal kick to Scotland. Goal kick didn't make much progress. Here's Desmet going wide, playing Malpass off the ball. That looks like a free kick to Scotland. But in fact, the decision goes to Belgium. Well, it looked to me as though Malpass was taken out of the play by Desmet. Referee Vautrol disagrees, and the free kick goes to Belgium. So another moment of danger for the Scots, trying very hard to settle with their new formation. It's played across midfield. There's Alec McLeish nodding it down. A good turn by Aitken, wearing number 7 tonight. There's Jim McInally getting involved in the play in midfield. And now Bet. On the far touchline is Paul Sturrock. And Sturrock's in trouble. McInally making the challenge. Played back by Van der Elst to Schifo. This is Demol. And in the near side for Verkouten. Fancied the long-range effort. It came off Paul McStay, and there's Richard Goff. McStay inside. Good play out of defence by the Scots. McLeish to McStay. Sturrock with a turn, just missing McCoist with the layoff inside, giving the Belgians possession once again. George Groen, the replacement for Eric Gerrits at right back. Oh, here's David Neary now for Scotland with Paul McStay. And this is Paul Sturrock, brought down by Schifo. Oh, the young man was just 21 last month, and he's now committed this foul to give the free kick to Scotland. So Scotland realised that only victory tonight would keep them in with realistic chances of qualifying for the European Championship finals. A tough task indeed against the Belgians. The ball is kept in play there by Verkouten. Coming out of defence is Kleisters. And that was Claesen beaten to the ball by Malpass. There's McCoist lofting the ball across, and that's behind for the goal kick. With a promising break involving Maurice Malpass for Scotland. The ball did not make it for a goal kick. It's a throw-in, and here's Desmet playing it forward to the halfway line. This is Schifo. Claesen is clear, he's onside. His first defensive stopped, and here's Claesen against Leighton. A great chance for Belgium. The opening goal for Claesen. The Scottish defence caught flat-footed, claiming for offside. They're still appealing to the linesman, but Nico Claesen didn't wait to investigate, and that's a superb opening goal in the 9th minute of the match. So the Scottish defenders looking aggrieved towards the linesman. But I think the replay will establish that when the ball was played forward by Scifo, Claesen was onside, and his pace and finishing power did the rest. So what a facer for Scotland, exactly the kind of start they were anxious to avoid. But a goal behind early in the match, and the Belgian crowd now lifting themselves behind their favourites as Vervoorts nods that out. So a disastrous start for the Scots. They were hoping to settle down, but it all came as Desmet won the ball deep inside his own half, played it forward to Scifo on the halfway line. There's the pass forward. Claesen is clearly onside, sprinting clear. No one is going to catch him there. It was down to Jim Leighton, and in the end he had no chance at all of stopping the shot. So the Belgians now coming clear again. Scifo running into McInally. This is Sturrock, and now Roy Aitken. It's blocked the midfield again by Frankie van der Elst. Chase again for Claesen. Such a quick player. That appeared to be carried over. It's behind now for the goal kick to Scotland. So Claesen, the Tottenham Hotspur striker, gets the opening goal of the night and sets serious problems for the Scots. So header on from Aiken. Here's McCoist battling hard. Now McStay. Goff has gone forward. That'll be a foul on Paul Sturrock by Leo Kleisters. So a free kick to Scotland midway inside the Belgian half, and an opportunity to bring the big men forward. Richard Goff and Alec McLeish joining the attack. So Paul McStay and Jim McInally share the free kick. Here's McInally. Now McStay. That's towards Sturrock. It's retrieved by Bet. Vervoort wins it for Belgium. Vervoort again. Desmet playing it too hurriedly forward. Played back by David Neary. Neary winning his 33rd cap tonight. And Malpass his 15th. Bet with a rather casual return pass towards Malpass. He kept the ball in play well. Scots now anxiously trying to regroup and settle to make an attempt at getting back in the match as quickly as they can. There's Richard Goff. And a bit of wrestling there involving Damol and McCoist, and the player penalised is the Scottish striker. Stefan Damol, the Anderlecht defender, gets the free kick. And McCoist, who certainly has been buzzing right from the start of the match for Scotland, is pulled up to the foul for the short one to Kleisters. Far side is Groen. His 26th cap tonight. He would have played in midfield had Gerrits been fit, but now a chance for Scotland on the break. There's Paul Sturrock with Kleisters. Scotland have the throw. So with Roy Aitken charging forward, calling for the ball. It's back though to Malpass. Inside it goes to David Neary. Now McStay. Accurate ball to Malpass. Firmly tackled by Scifo, and the decision goes to Scotland. The free kick's quickly taken. Here's a break on for Scotland with Sturrock. Once again, he has to settle for the throw. Challenged by Groen. So Belgium still leading by 1-0. The scorer Nico Claesen in the 9th minute, and Scotland anxious to get back into the attack. Played back by McCoist to Bet. Bet making room for the cross. There's McStay, and there's the equaliser for Scotland. Paul McStay, with his 4th goal for his country, brings Scotland right back into the match. So it was Jim Bet who had the ball wide on the left. He took that header back from Ali McCoist, made room for the cross. McStay was waiting in the box. That's a terrific challenge, and the header left Faf with no chance at all. A superb flashing header from Paul McStay from a Jim Bet cross from the left. And that certainly was no more than Scotland deserved. They've fought very hard indeed. The defence has been resilient. But there's a chance for Desmet playing it forward, and Jim Leighton is quickly off his line. Bet again making space on the left. So over the piece, a very good performance from Scotland. Their back four has looked secure, apart from that goal when they were caught rather square. They all stopped for the run from Claesen, believing the offside flag would go up, but it didn't. And there is Retakes, the Belgian manager, who must have one or two worries, because the Belgians have certainly not dominated the match the way he would have liked. Although there have been some very good passages of play from both sides. Here's Vervoort, the fullback for Belgium. Schifo has come across to be tackled firmly by Roy Aitken. Aitken has certainly led by example tonight. He's been all over the place in the middle of the field. And there's Verkouteren lofting it forward to Schifo, who stayed in the left. An awkward one for Leighton. Good goalkeeping by Leighton. Schifo, the Anderlecht player, who is about to join Inter Milan, playing in right midfield for much of the game so far, coming to the left, and that dipping cross causing problems for Jim Leighton. But he reacted very calmly indeed. There's Andy Roxburgh in the middle of the picture. Must be reasonably happy with the Scottish performance so far, with 35 minutes gone. There's McStay. It breaks for Sturrock. Blocked by Kleisters. And now Vervoort. Claesen now in the break. Vervoort supporting. Desmet is through the middle. And there's Jim Leighton, the edge of the box, looking the picture of calmness. His 34th international tonight. He's had 16 shutouts. Sadly, though, he hasn't managed one tonight, thanks to Nico Claesen. There's McInally. And now Malpass. Jim Leighton had 10 shutouts in his 14 internationals before tonight. A remarkable record of consistency. And a clumsy challenge by Vervoort. So a free kick to Scotland, which will be taken, I think, by David Neary. So the McLeish-Neary partnership in central defence has settled together very quickly. McLeish has joined the attack. It's collected though by Bet. Grun coming clear, tackled by Bet. Aitken returning it. There's no offside flag. A chance for McCoist. And a fine effort there by Ali McCoist. The Belgian defence this time caught flat-footed as Roy Aitken won the ball and lofted it forward to McCoist. He had only one thought in mind, and that rifling shot goes just over the top. So it's with Leo Kleisters. This is Vervoort. Brought down by Sturrock. Out of range with that tackle, no question about it. Free kick to Belgium. So Frankie Verkouteren is number 6, taking this left-footed. And the header across goal was from Georges Grun. Very much a favourite here in the Anderlecht Stadium. So a couple of minutes left in the first half. Belgium 1, Scotland 1. Nico Claesen's early goal equalised by a superb header from Paul McStay. Here's McInally going forward, running into Demol. McLeish easing that to the right, looking for Richard Goff. Switching play inside, he was hoping to find McCoist, but it's picked up by Schifo. And good back checking by Bet on Vandenberg. Andy Roxburgh earnestly in discussion inside the Scottish dugout. Here's Kleisters. Vandenberg with a layoff to Van der Elst. The tackle initially was by McInally. It breaks to Claesen. A fine tackle by the combined efforts indeed of McInally and McLeish. Here's Roy Aitken. Now Sturrock. Aitken took a late challenge from Grun. He's on the ground on the halfway line, but Sturrock has possession for Scotland, taking on them all. Making for the byline. Down he goes. And Paul Sturrock trying to pick up from where he left off in these performances against Barcelona. Brought down by them all, and another opportunity for Scotland to bring McLeish and Goff into the attack. Oh, what a boost it would be right on the half-time whistle if Scotland could snatch a second goal. Certainly have plenty of menace in the box with McLeish and Goff. Jim Bett sends it across. McCoist couldn't reach it. And that's almost played in by Sturrock. Pfaff smothering that at the near post. With the Belgian defence caught napping for a moment, and Paul Sturrock almost took full advantage. So here's Grun for Belgium, and that's the end of the first half action. A thoroughly satisfactory first half performance from Scotland, playing full of commitment and spirit. They overcame that early setback from Nico Claesen to equalise with a superb goal from Paul McStay. So the half-time score here in the Anderlecht Stadium, it's Belgium 1, Scotland 1. Next stadium, Scotland got the second half underway. There have been no changes at the interval, and that's really not surprising in view of the first half performance. There's McInally's first tackle of the second half, and Kleisters thumping into Ali McCoist. PETs with the cigar in the Belgian dugout. Here's Bett. Back it goes to Malpass. And now Neri. So the whistling from the Belgian fans as Scotland settle down again. The Belgians have certainly come out fighting in the second half, carrying the game to the Scots. That's an enormous kick out again from Leighton. McCoist is underneath it, challenging. And the snapshot by Paul McStay goes wrong. But he certainly shows an appetite for the match, which helps make him an outstanding midfield player. Pfaff is the Belgian captain tonight in the absence of Jan Keulemans. Desmet backed into Alec McLeish. Well, that's an incredible decision. The referee Vautreau gives a free kick to Belgium. Taken shot. Vandenberg is stopped by McLeish. And Bett sending it back to Malpass. Grun's header is picked up by Aitken. That's a good first-time pass. Sturrock. McStay goes on the outside. Richard Goff charging through the inside right channel. Here's Goff. Now Sturrock. Back it comes to McStay. Goff is still up with the attack. That's Richard Goff. Using Sturrock, and the pass wasn't accurate enough. But Richard Goff making a significant impact as he joined the attack. He wasn't picked up by any of the Belgian players. And that certainly supports the school of thought which thinks that Goff is more effective at right back because he can make these surges into attack more easily than he can from centre half. Schifo way back deep inside his own half to create something for Belgium. He has Vervoort on the left. And for Koutern, Vervoort. David Neri at full stretch. Schifo lifting the ball away from Goff. Here's for Koutern. And McInally reacting to a call from Jim Leighton to let that ball go for the goal kick. But Enzo Schifo is certainly making an impact in the middle of the field for Belgium now, alongside Frankie Verkouteren, who's still on the left. Aiken going up. Here's Paul McStay. Now Sturrock. Richard Gough again involved with the attack for Scotland. McCoist and McStay in the middle. There's McCoist, beaten by Grun. A good defensive header that. It's picked up by Skifo. And it's Malpass who picks up that loose pass. McCoist coming to the left, and a careless ball from Maurice Malpass. Skifo now appears to be all over the place in midfield for Belgium, the number 10. Vervoort. Malpass is there and guiding the header towards Jim Leighton, and Maurice Malpass going through an unhappy phase at the moment at the start of the second half with his passing, losing its accuracy, including that header which was intended for Jim Leighton. So a corner kick which will be taken by Philippe Desmet for Belgium. Them all up with the attack, beaten by Gough. It's back with Skifo. Up goes Gough again. Demol returns it, and Claesen is onside. Yes. Claesen second. And once again the Scots are the victim of an offside trap which didn't come off. A smile for Guy Thys in the Belgian dugout, and Nico Claesen making Scotland pay. So the Scots caught out again as Skifo flights this in. The header out from Richard Gough. Delmol nodding it back. There's no question that Claesen is onside. The Scots moving out looking for offside, and a clinical finish from Claesen makes it 2-1 to Belgium. So another disaster for the Scots. It all started from the corner kick initially, which was well won by Richard Gough. Skifo lofting this back in, and Gough you'll see again doing another good job with headed clearance. And then it was returned by Demol. Claesen on his own there as the Scots tried to push out, and an excellent shot leaving Leighton helpless. And this time with an offside flag. So free kick to Scotland. Well, no question about it. 2 goals from Nico Claesen, both of which were onside despite Scottish protests. So the French linesman doing their job well. Here's Paul Sturrock. Demol forced to head the ball behind for the corner. To Scotland heading back. So Jean-Marie Pfaff, the Belgian goalkeeper and captain, organising his defence as Paul Sturrock prepares to take the corner kick for Scotland. Sturrock's corner kick. Look, Gough got a touch. Here's Jim McInally beating the offside trap with a pass wide towards Bet. He was slow with the ball, and McInally's had to retrieve it again for Scotland. So it's back with Neri. Gough has stayed forward. Here's Skifo linking with Grun, but McInally wins it once again for Scotland, leaving it to Paul McStay. And now Bet. Back to Neri. And Gough is slack and forces McLeish into that tackle on Vandenberg. Down goes Sturrock. The tackle by Vervoort is penalised. The young 22-year-old fullback gives away the free kick. Taken short. McStay to McInally. That's for Sturrock. And he wins the corner kick again of Patrick Vervoort. Now Sturrock with a corner. Goff nodding it in. There's McCoist! And the referee gives an offside decision, which the linesman certainly did not agree with. But that was magnificent goalkeeping from Faf. And Ali McCoist coming close to his first international goal. Well, a relief undoubtedly for the Belgians there. The corner kick, a deep one from Paul Sturrock. Richard Goff hanging back, nodding the ball into the danger area. There was McCoist willing, he looked to be onside. And referee Vautreau overruled the linesman to say that McCoist was offside. A huge kick out this time from Faf. McInally wins it in midfield. Malpass helps it back to Leighton, who may attempt a similar long ball forward. It's McCoist who's chasing. Demol wins it. Claesen very quick indeed. Here's Bet. Losing the ball in the tackle with Van der Elst in midfield. Here's Schifo. Relished his roving commission in the second half. Claesen tackled by Malpass. And now there will be a change made by Belgium whenever referee Vautreau sees the activity on the track. And indeed he has now, and it's Schifo who's going off. Well, that's very interesting indeed. Schifo, who had been so influential in the second half, goes off, and it's Leo van der Elst from Bruges who goes on to replace him. I don't think the Scots were too unhappy to see the back of Enzo Schifo. Here's Desmet. Offside flag is up this time, and the free kick to Scotland. Bet to his Aberdeen teammate, McLeish. And now Goff. That's towards McCoist. Eased under the ball by Vervoort. So Scotland have the free kick this time. Jim Leighton is the man in a hurry for Scotland. Time, of course, very much the enemy. We're in the 29th minute of the second half. Scotland trailing by 2-1. 2 goals from Nico Claesen. So Bet's free kick. McLeish got a touch. Here's McCoist. Now Aiken. He has McStay available inside. Bet returning it towards Aiken. A very calm play in a defence involving Groen and Van der Elst, but McInally picks it up. Linking with McStay. Good play from McInally. McStay's cross blocked by Groen. The battle is still on between the two players. The referee waves play on as Groen wins that challenge. David Neary's clearance picked up by Claesen. 2 players wide on the left for Belgium. There's no offside. Another chance for Desmet. Back it comes to Verkouten. And that will be the clincher, I'm sure. Frankie Verkouten brings joy to the Belgian bench. And once again, the Scottish defence was caught all at sea. So the pass from Claesen set it up. Here was Desmet. Look at the space there. The overlap with 2 men on the far side. Desmet driving in on Jim Leighton. Jim Bet trying to get back. He laid it into the path of Verkouten. And the finish was deadly. So disappointment for Scotland, and once again some forlorn hopes for an offside flag, but certainly not justified. Caught upfield. Desmet coming in. He could have attempted the shot and goal himself. Chose though to lay it back into the path of Verkouten, who could scarcely miss. The ball's headed out. There's Paul McStay. Still Paul McStay going all the way himself. And very determined play. There's the unhappy scoreline for the Scots after so much promise in the first half. now facing what looks like certain defeat inside the final quarter of an hour of the match. Pat Nevin is coming on to replace Jim Bett. So there's the indication that Pat Nevin will get a late opportunity for about 10 minutes or so to make an impact in the match. It's Bett who's going off. And apart from the cross, which brought about the Scottish goal, Bett has not made a big impact in the match. Here's McLeish. Gets help inevitably from McInally. That's towards Sturrock. Cut off by Clijsters. Here's De Mol. He comes from the back so effectively for Belgium. And De Mol and Aiken having a little bit of a joust off the ball. It was spotted by the referee. And the man committing infringement was initially the Belgian, so Scotland have a free kick. Vigilant refereeing that time by Michel Vautreau. McInally back to Neary. This is Malpass. Nevin is playing in the outside right position. Sturrock and McCoist together through the middle. Here's McLeish leaving it to McInally. That's his Sturrock. That's for Nevin. The ball was out. Not enough room there for that kind of pass in that situation, I think, from Paul Sturrock. So Patrick Vervoort has no urgency about him now, with the game comfortably now apparently in Belgium's hands by virtue of their 3-1 lead. There's some early promise from the Scots when they equalised. The early goal from Claesen has not materialised in the second period, when the Belgians really have taken control with some fast, incisive build-up play from midfield and jet-paced striking from Claesen. There's Aiken. It's McCoist. Well controlled. Now Nevin. First chance to run it for Vervoort. And getting caught in several minds, I think. Aiken missed out as the ball bounced past him to Verkouteren. Here's Desmet. Paul McStay trying to get back, but it's Leo van der Elst with Claesen going ahead. Claesen is onside. That came off Paul McStay. It'll be a corner kick to Belgium. So Claesen remains the thorn in the flesh of the Scottish defence. Claesen goes to the goal line for Verkouteren's corner kick. And a superb header by Groen, well taken by Leighton. Fine goalkeeping by Jim Leighton, but George Groen almost made it 4. And McCoist couldn't control it. It's a Belgian throw. A little over 5 minutes left. So here's this corner kick. Groen got the ball ahead of McInally, and Leighton stretching his full 6-foot 1-inch frame. McCoist playing it against Van der Elst. This is Groen. Holding off McStay. And now Malpass. McInally tackled immediately in midfield. The two Van der Elst, number 3 and number 15. Winning that throw for Belgium. The relaxed Belgian manager now, Vitaes. 10 years in the job, never failed to qualify for the European Championship finals. There goes Claesen again with Alec McLeish. Claesen gets there ahead of McLeish. Chance for the 4th. Nico Claesen gets his hat-trick. hugely enjoyed by Claesen. For Claesen's hat-trick, acknowledged by the Brussels crowd, and that's something of a personal disaster for Alec McLeish. So it was the pace of Claesen which McLeish couldn't really handle. McLeish appeared to be there early enough, but Claesen was strong enough to hold off that challenge. Then to turn inside, McLeish lost his footing, and from that point, the die was cast, and Claesen managed to squeeze that past Jim Leighton into the near post corner. So it's a fourth for Belgium. Just 4 minutes left. And there's Claesen again. Now just look at the way he withstands this shoulder charge from Alec McLeish. A very strong little player with a low centre of gravity, strong on the ball, getting up very quickly indeed. And this ball, in fact, appeared to be played in almost by Jim Leighton. And another substitution will be made. It's Van der Smissen coming on to replace Frankie van der Elst. Well, this is simply, I think, an opportunity to give Van der Smissen a run. There's only seconds left in the match. Mary's free kick, looking for Goff. Comes to Nevin, making for the byline. Playing the ball across the far side, but it's gone behind, I think. It's bent behind for the goal kick. That may well be Scotland's last chance to snatch a consolation goal. The Belgian fans now whistling for time up. The referee Vautreau checking with his linesman. So a crowd of something in excess of 30,000 inside the stadium and enjoying the occasion hugely. A small band of Scottish supporters enduring a night of substantial disappointment. It began so promisingly too, with a very encouraging first half performance. There's Nevin, and there goes the final whistle. Applause ringing round the stadium for Belgium. A tremendous second half performance, and it was Nico Claesen's pace which Scotland couldn't handle in the end. Jean-Marie Pfaff, the captain, a happy man indeed. But Claesen with a hat-trick, for Verkouteren with the fourth goal, and only Paul McStay's header early in the first half for Scotland to offer to the proceedings. They were outgunned and outpaced in the second half. A very convincing and impressive Belgian performance in that period. And for Scotland, sadly, it's back to the